Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here in Altoona. I do want to congratulate Mr. Sheets and his whole committee for presenting such a beautiful program to the community here in Blair County. I've been inducted in the International Tennis Hall of Fame, and believe me, their induction ceremonies aren't 1/10 or 1/20th as grand as this is. So, you athletes that happen to come from Blair County are really fortunate. I would wager, and you know I'm a wagering man, I would wager there's not a half a dozen counties in the whole United States that knows how to treat their past heroes and their present sports heroes like Blair County is doing, and I congratulate the committee and the folks behind athletes here in Blair County. It's just marvelous. I mean that. Just terrific. Bill Parsons has won over 400 tennis championships in his career. He and his brother have ranked in the first 5 for the United States as a badminton doubles team. He was on the basketball team, I believe, right at Altoona High School. Naturally, he was a standout tennis player and captain of the tennis team and never lost a match for years and years. Won 37 years in a row the Blair County Men's Championship. That's a record that never, ever be touched. That's a fantastic record. I thought Parker did a fabulous feat one time. He won one tournament 13 years in a row. Can you imagine comparing that to Bill Parsons? 37 years in a row as the Blair County tennis champion. And he went to Duke University. Outstanding tennis player on the team, captain of the basketball team. So here is a real outstanding athlete and a great pillar of the community here. Helped redevelop the downtown, got the biggest insurance and real estate office downtown, took me in there the other day. I can only say this, I haven't known Bill many years. I first met him when he was going to be my opponent in the final round of the national championship in Little Rock, Arkansas for the 60s and over for the clay court championships. I had a doubles partner at that time named Hal DeMoody. Now, Hal DeMoody was going to play Bill Parsons in about the round of 16 or the quarterfinals. I've forgotten which round it was, but 16 or the final 8. And I said to a friend of Bill's, I said, my partner's pretty good. That guy is fast. He covers the net well. I wouldn't be surprised to see that guy go all the way to the finals against me. And this person looked at me. His name was Mickey Pardue. He had played Bill many times. He looked at me. He says, you've got to be kidding. He says, I know you're a betting man. He says, I never bet in my life before. But if you want to bet me $1, I'll bet you Bill Parsons kills that guy. I said, you got to be kidding. You got to bet. Would you know that Bill Parsons beat the guy 2-1 and went all the way to the finals, and we had a tough match. So this last year, after so many years of playing tennis, 400 championships, 37 Blair County championships, but not a national championship to his name. So Bill went into training last year, had a big incentive to do well. After all, he was the youngest guy on the block. He just turned 70 last year, and there wasn't going to be anybody in that division younger than he was. So he knew he was as strong as anybody, as fast as anybody, and there wasn't any reason why he shouldn't do well. So he trained, and he prepared himself. Just like the great track and field expert here, Mr. Tinsel, told us tonight early, be prepared, give it 200%. That's what Bill did last year, and he was rewarded by winning the toughest tournament of all the 4 national championships that the 70s have. That was in Santa Barbara last August on the hard courts, where he beat the 3 greatest other 70s in the country and came away with the championship. So Bill is one terrific athlete, one marvelous tennis player, and Blair County can really be proud of him, because we're all proud of Bill in the tennis world. And we in the tennis world are like birds of a feather, and we flock together. We don't get any money to play in the senior tournaments. We do it for the love of the game. Tennis is truly a cradle to grave type of game. And Bill and I are both fortunate we chose that kind of game because, hey, we don't have to go back 30, 40 years ago and tell stories about when, hey, we're going to try to win a national championship this year. And we got guys out there that we want to beat, and there's guys out there that want to beat us. So we're going to do our best this year. And I have to tell you that I've had a little problem this year. I've had one surgical operation. I've just come out of 35 radiation treatments, and I haven't got my full strength back. And I was telling the truth to these guys here in Altoona when I told them, look, I haven't played much golf in 2 or 3 years. I've had surgery. I'm just out of radiation. Hey, I'll give anybody their full handicap and play as a pro. Now, who could get a better proposition than that? And boy, I had 2 or 3 sandbaggers come out of the woods today, but now they'll know for sure how strong that throw a hole is. Even for a guy that can't hit the ball more than 175, 80 yards. These guys are using 8 irons for the par 3s, and I'm using a wood. But I outlucked them, and I'm going to give everybody a chance to get even tomorrow or the next day. But before I carry on too much longer and get carried away, I just want to say to Steve Sheets and his whole committee, they have organized one of the most outstanding and one of the most beautiful things I've ever attended. And believe me, I've been to all kinds of beautiful, beautiful banquets in New York and in Hollywood and Chicago and all over. And I've never seen anything that can compare to what you folks have put right on here in Blair County. And I was just so happy that I was selected to come and present Bill Parsons, the best tennis player Blair County ever had. And Bill, will you come up here and let me present you to Blair County as the best tennis player who ever lived to come from this area?